Hey y'all, it's Nikea here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm showing you how I use ChatGPT and generative AI in general to help me as a teacher. Using ChatGPT has saved me a lot of mental time, hours, physical time and hours, and just made teaching more fun and enjoyable for me. Today I'm just going to show you exactly how I use ChatGPT as a teacher and the prompts that I use as well. Today I'm just going to show you how I use ChatGPT because I prefer to use that because I've been using it for the longest. Chat knows me. So today I'm going to show you how to prompt it to create lesson plans, rubrics, parent emails, and how to differentiate or modify assignments. And I'm also going to show you how you can use it for grading, how to create comments in a rubric, and to give feedback to students on assignments. So if you want to save hours and hours of time as an educator, keep watching. The first thing I'm going to show you is lesson plans. What I like about ChatGPT is I can create a project. So I can click on the side where it says new project. I can title this. I'm going to title it Foundations English 1. Okay. And then I can put the title of the unit. So I'm going to say Unit 1. And our first unit is short stories. Okay, so say I want to create a lesson based on opening the unit. So just starting on to build their background knowledge, their schema, so that they can build their vocabulary and things like that. So ChatGPT is work, okay? You can't just say create a lesson plan on this and it's gonna spit it out. I like to be very specific. I like to give it standards. I like to give it a time frame. I like to give it goals. So I like to be very specific on everything that I want because I don't want to have to go back in here multiple times because it's already enough work, okay? It's great and less work, but you still have to work the program. So I'm just going to say create an opening lesson plan for where also I'm going to create the end product. Okay, so I'm putting the end goal in mind. Okay, also I want the lesson plan, what I want to include in the lesson plan. So the lesson plan should be, I think our blocks are like 80 to 90 minutes. I want it to build background knowledge for students. So although ChatGPT is going to give me the lesson plan, I still may need to go in and like create some documents, and ChatGPT will also create documents for you, but you may have to go in and edit them. Like I said, it's not replacing teachers. It's just helping us because it can't teach the lesson. And we could all get the same lesson and teach it in different ways. So I have no qualms with using this. The lesson plan, I wanted to follow the I do, you do, we do model and end with the exit ticket. So I use this to like generate lesson plans, enhance and organize things, and really specify what I already have sometimes. This just gives me specifics and niches down what I want my students to learn. So now that I have that, I have it all typed in. So now I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to see what ChatGPT gives me. So it says, here's a complete classroom-ready lesson plan designed for a grade 9 English short story unit. This lesson intentionally builds background knowledge, introduces literary elements and academic vocabulary, and sets students up for the end of unit literary analysis, identifying 2 literary elements, blah, blah, blah. It follows this model, and it fits a 90-minute block. It's unit end product, which I think it's good to always start with the end in mind, letting students know the reason why we're doing all of this, because at the end, this is what you're going to be doing. And then our objective, our target standard, and I like how it gives you like prompts what to do. It also gives you a script. So this will be really good for first year teachers or beginning teachers who have never taught in a classroom before. And it gives you open-ended. So it tells you to model using a fairy tale, movie, or short anecdote. So it gives you some autonomy. You don't want ChatGPT to do everything, okay? And it also gives you differentiation and supports. I didn't ask for that, but it gives me that. So sentence frames and examples, anchor charts, strategic pairing with the student, and oral responses before writing. And then I love ChatGPT. Asks you, they could also make a student-friendly slide deck, build a guided notes guide, align this with its notes curriculum that I've used before, Odell. I don't use that anymore. It'll also create a rubric for me. Y'all, if you have never taught a day in your life and somebody tells you you had to teach, walk in here. Walk into ChatGPT. Okay, so since it's already prompting me for a rubric, I'm going to ask for it to create a rubric. And I like to give students rubrics for things because it's a guideline. They know how they're going to be graded. They know the expectations. So as they're creating the product, they can have that rubric in front of them to guide them through the process. And I'm trying to teach my students some independence and autonomy, so they're not asking me every 5 seconds, Mrs. McDuffie, what do I need? Is this good? Look at the rubric, baby. I'm going to use the prompt that it gave back to me. And I want it to be based on a 100-point scale. The scoring levels that we use are exemplary. So this is language that the students are familiar with. Exemplary, mastery. Okay, and there's usually 3 categories that we grade on. Let's see what it gives me. I'm a little nervous about this one. Okay, and it tells them for each level how they need to score. So criteria 1, ideas is worth 50 points. How do you get exemplary? How do you get mastery, near mastery, and emerging? Then it goes to structure, does the same thing, perfect. And then use of language, the same thing. Next, go into grading. One thing that you can do is put students' assignments into generative AI, but one thing you want to do is make sure that you remove any identifying information, even in the document title, because it can read their names and any school information. You want to protect their identity and their information. But you can ask ChatGPT to create comments based on the different levels of the rubric so that you can have a comment bank after you have graded the student assignments. And then you always want to give them feedback. So I think this is a good way to do that. And it already gives me a prompt to write exemplary feedback comments for each level. So I'm gonna use that. I'm actually gonna copy and paste that and see what it gives me. It also says align to Canvas speed grader comments. So it knows that I can. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do align to Canvas speed grader comments. And then I'm also going to ask it to write exemplary feedback comments for each level. So yep, it gives feedback for that. Perfect. And these can be canned comments that you can copy and paste, so you don't have to type each one. Okay, and it also gave me next steps. This grading saves time, okay? But this way, so chat creates the comments, but you can still go through and read it, and then you just give them feedback. So let's go back to the lesson and differentiation. Well, differentiating can be modifying assignments, alternate assignments, or even providing extensions to students, and it can assist or either challenge the student these modifications. All right, so based on the lesson plan and modified assignment for students with an IP or 504, and create an assignment extension to challenge student. I want like an extension to the assignment, something specific for honor. So it's based off the literary analysis. 2 intentionally designed versions of the final literary analysis. They remain aligned to original lesson, unit goal, and rubric. Okay, that ensures equity, access, and rigor without changing the core standards. That's key. All right, part 1, modified assignment for IP 504. It's saying 1 literary element to convey a theme of a short story using guided support and evidence. And then the length, the evidence, the writing mode. Okay, it gives them options. They can do graphic organizer, bullet points, okay, just depending on what that student needs. They have a word bank provided, sentence frames, graphic organizer, chunked instructions, extended time, an option for oral explanation or speech to text, teacher or peer conferencing, and a simplified rubric to align to original categories. It gives the frames, the grading criteria. It's modified, aligned, but not lowered. And then giving alternate demonstration options. Beautiful. And then extensions. The task, it says write a multi-paragraph literary analysis that explains how 2 or more literary elements interact to convey a complex universal theme and evaluate the author's effectiveness. Okay. It provides higher level thinking prompts and alternate enrichment choices. I would probably use these: a Socratic seminar defense of the thesis, author's craft commentary paragraph, creative rewrite and analytical reflection, comparative analysis with another short story. That's what I would do. And then an equity snapshot. I love that. Okay, different pathways to show learning, not easier. Boom, differentiation. If differentiation is not your thing, you will need to differentiate, okay? Chat can help you. We've seen that. Now that we've got the classroom covered, emails. A lot of times I will write emails, put it into chat and say, hey, change this language to be more professional, engaging, etc. I'm actually gonna go to a new chat. And I've even had it change emails when I responded to my daughter's teacher, so I get it. But you can also use it to create like a bank of emails. I would say like create a general, and I need this for myself for real. Yeah, so I need this, and then I also need another email about student absences. Let's see what chat says. Partner together to support your student success. Yes. Next steps, regular, Okay, I like that. And another email, so at my school, we have to contact parents when students have absences. Okay, so I like this option. It says click new to edit. But this email that it created is really good. So this is something that I can just have in my back pocket, save it somewhere in a document, and I can copy and paste it and send it out to parents, because sometimes students just don't want to do work. And I'm gonna refresh this. Okay, and it also adds a language that aligns with RTI, MTSS, or intervention documentation. Perfect. You can go and customize it. I love that. Okay, and then I'm gonna create this attendance email because I need this. So this is double duty. I'm sharing y'all this content, but I also need this for myself. All right, so a supportive email, because I like my emails and my communication with parents to be collaborative and like a partnership. I'm working with you. I'm not trying to attack you, your parenting, or your student. We're just trying to ensure their success. Okay, why attendance matters, next steps and options. Yes, okay, yes. And I notice a lot of days parents be letting their kids stay home from school if they missed the bus or something. My mama didn't do that. Okay, we can do something for mass communication. Language aligned with the district attendance policy, that's good. Adjust tone for first notice versus repeated concerns, and you can customize it. I love this. Y'all, ChatGPT is a friend. I've been sitting down recording with you all for probably, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. But just imagine if you have to generate this all yourself. It's really saving time and hours. And once you have it created, it's done. You can always add and modify and take away from it, but you have like the basis of it done. I would not just copy and paste everything. I would definitely add to it, take from it, add your own flavor into it, but it's giving you the structure and the framework. So that's why I'm a champion of generative AI in general. I think it really just helps streamline things. If you want me to put my prompts in the description box, just let me know. But thank you all so much for watching and tuning in with this video. And remember, AI is not replacing teachers. It's just like having a teacher assistant. That's it. I think for the past year and a half, I've been using AI in the classroom, and it really has helped me and lighten my teacher load mentally, emotionally, and physically. If y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe before you go. Drop down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about AI. I think the next thing we need to talk about is how students use AI. And comment AI down below if you want my prompts, or give me a robot emoji and I'll help you out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.